Welcome to the Club Rival podcast. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Bones, and this week we're going to be talking about the roundup of this weekend's football. We've had a lot of controversy, all sorts have happened this week. Wins, losses, to big results, big results. Where we're going to start with this week is, let's go start off with the 12:30 kickoff. Newcastle versus Arsenal, 12:30 at St James's Park, and it ended up Arsenal getting gunned down by Isak. What a result from Newcastle. What an absolute result. Arsenal went in, didn't really create too much, to be fair. It wasn't a really good game from them. I think Newcastle tactically outclassed Arteta. It was just one of them games where they overpowered them, it looked. And to be fair, Arsenal, in the way they usually play, are the ones that are overpowering everyone else. It was just a bit of a mad one, I'm not going to lie. But Arsenal conceded by a fantastic goal. I'm not going to lie. I don't think defensively they had much to do about it. They was set up all right. I think Partey got the first header, then it went. Ball got took wide. Gordon, first time cross. Fantastic cross. I got to give him that. What a cross from Gordon. And then Isak headed it in. And then since then, Arsenal just lacked all sorts of creativity. There was nothing. I think you could clearly see in a game like that, Odegaard was missing. There was no creativity in the middle. All Arsenal tried to do was go around the wings to either Martinelli or to Saka. And it just felt easy for Newcastle. Not going to lie, it felt easy. They just tripled up on Saka constantly every time he got the ball, whether it was Lewis Hall, who had a fantastic game. Joe Linton doubling up. It was just one of them games. It looked very, very comfortable. Arsenal chances, I don't think they had a shot on target, to be fair. Right at the end, Saka whipped the ball in. And Declan Rice, for £100 million player, should be scoring that. I don't care who you are in regards to whether you're a 6'8" striker. It was an easy chance. He just fumbled it then. I'm not gonna lie, didn't do nothing really. But just Arsenal just looked so lack of ideas. It looked like they don't know what they're doing, and you guys are meant to be challenging for the title. Come on, man. Like, you can't create again. Yes, obviously Newcastle at home, they're a great side, I get that, but these are the games you should be winning. These are the games when last year Liverpool was at 10 men when Van Dijk got sent off and Nunes came out and scored 2. So it's not like they can't be beaten at home. And looking at the last 4 results, Arteta's had it against Eddie Howe at St James's Park. You've only won one out of 4 and lost 3. Come on, man, that's not good. That, I'm not gonna lie. And looking at the way the game panned out, it was just when Arsenal needed a goal, and they're making subs like bringing who do you bring on? Jorginho, Zinchenko, Ben White. How's that going to care? Yes, he brought on Gabriel Jesus, but he does look like he doesn't know what he's doing, to be fair. I'm not going to lie, he does not know what to do, don't know how to score. When he first came in, at least he could beat a man and create chances. But now he's just looking like a shell of himself. And I was actually surprised that Sterling didn't get brought on. What was the point of buying him? What was the point of getting Sterling? You're lacking ideas up front. You're needing a goal. You're bringing on Zinchenko. You're bringing on Ben White, trying to change the system. Sometimes you just need to throw on your attackers and get them the right positions. Sterling's a very, very established player. We're not saying he's the best player, but in terms like this, he might get you a goal. Arteta's just gone, I don't know, it's this whole defensive setup that he's playing up right now. It's not working. He's becoming scared of losing and becoming too reserved. And it's just not, it's not working out. And now at this point, you're 7 points behind? 6 points behind Liverpool? Let me see what the stats say. Let me see what the title is showing. So Liverpool are on top now with 25 points. And Arsenal are on 18, 7 points behind. This title is looking slim for you guys. I'm not going to lie, this title's not looking it. But looking into the game as well, let's see what's going on as well. So the only player you was really missing today was Odegaard. Yeah, granted, he's a good player, great player. I'm not going to take that away from him. But for somebody chasing for the title, you should be able to figure a way around that. Having to drop Havertz into the midfield and try just creating all sorts of problems for yourself. So you're taking him at the striking position, having to get him to drop. That didn't work. With Arsenal's set up the way they play, they need to go out and buy a striker. If you're gonna challenge, you need killers in your team. And right now, Arsenal got no killers. I'd say Saka's the closest that you've got to a killer in your team, and it's just all teams need to do is triple up on Saka. Game's done. There's no creativity coming from nowhere. So Arteta needs to find some sort of system, and now questions need to be asked of Arteta. Is he the man? Is he the guy to take you to the title? Is he the man, or has he taken you as far as he could take you? Is this just the way Tottenham did it? Tottenham with Pochettino, challenging 2 years on the bounce, took him to the Champions League final. Then after that, where did they go? It all crumbled, and now it's looking like, is this just the beginning of the end for Arsenal's title hopes and starting to go backwards now? We don't know. Like I said, it's a long season. I'm not going to put it all on the fact of the whole title race is over, but 7 points behind at this stage of the season is not looking good at all. You've got a lot to climb, you've got a lot to do, and we don't know if you're going to get there. Like I said, you've got tough fixtures coming up. The Christmas clash with all the teams coming up week in, week out. Everyone's gonna be playing Wednesday weekend, 2 games a week. It's gonna be difficult. And your next game is Chelsea. Let's say that game don't go well. If you don't come out with a win against Chelsea, it's done. I'll be honest. Title's done. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat around it. Title's gonna be done by that point. So Arsenal's got a long road ahead of them. They're getting to a point now, it's so early in the season, where games are becoming must-wins or titles over. Like, how has it gotten to this point where we're at a point where you're playing, it has to be a must-win or it's over? It's too early for that, but you've caused the problems for yourself. The transfer market was just not a great transfer market for Arsenal this year. Buying Calafiori, bringing in, Moreno, Mikel Moreno, and also bringing in Sterling. I don't think that was a good transfer for you guys. I'm not going to lie. Because you got so close last year, you've gone all the way to the end. You needed to add real star reinforcements, and you haven't done it. Mikel Moreno, I don't know what kind. He's too much of a safe player. So he's not the guy to gain you them extra 3, 4, 5 points that you need to win the league. He ain't that guy. If I'm having to compare him to Xhaka was way better than him. Xhaka will at least drive with the ball, or he had goal. Moreno scored against Liverpool, but I think Xhaka had more to him than what Moreno's got. I don't think he's that guy. Calafiori, I think, is a good player. I'll give you that one. I think Calafiori is a good, solid player. Yeah, granted, he's injured at the moment, but I think Calafiori was a good buy. And Sterling, if you're going to buy him and games like these are not going to use him, then what's the point? Really, what's the point? And also, some breaking news came out today. Edu has left Arsenal. Edu has resigned from Arsenal to join, if I'm saying this correctly, Marinakis Group. I don't know if I've said that right, to be fair, but it is what it is. So he'll be coordinating Nottingham Forest, Olympiacos, and possibly some other teams. It's a bit weird, the timing of just leaving at the moment. Was there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Did he want more from his transfers? Did he want more money and wasn't getting it and just realised he's done as much as he can do? We don't know. But he's left, he's resigned, that's it. So Arsenal at this moment in time needs to find a new sporting director. So I've seen similar to this with Liverpool. When Edwards left, at the point when he was there, he was the man that built the great squad of Liverpool. He was the one that bought the Van Dijks, the Mane, the Mohamed Salah, all of them. So, and then after that, when we tried to replace him, it was never right. It never worked out as good as it was. And the signings weren't as good, and we kind of fell off a bit. Not like we was at a point where we was at top. That's when we won the league, we won the Champions League, and then he left, and we haven't been able to get to them heights since. So can that happen with Arsenal? Is that another problem they're gonna have to deal with at this moment in time? Also, January transfers coming up soon. Who's gonna be the one leading the transfers, leading the negotiations? We don't know yet. So it's all up in the air at the moment. But that just came out today, breaking news. So we will have to see how that one plays out. And then also on that weekend, so that was the 12:30 kickoff, the Arsenal loss. And then we had the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Man City played Bournemouth and Liverpool played Brighton. With that game, so we all knew Arsenal have dropped points, time to capitalise. The way Man City, Liverpool both start at the same time, both conceded in the first half. So we were 1-0 down, so was Man City. The first half, we'll start off with the Man City game, and then we would get into the Liverpool game. So the way the game started, Semenyo scored on the 9th minute to score against Man City. And Bournemouth was all over Man City. They couldn't get a hold of him. Bournemouth were just like, it was looking like it's the Man City we don't really usually expect from them. They looked human for once in I don't know how many years. It was just weird to see the way Man City are just conceding chance after chance constantly. And then it got to the second half, and it was Evan Nilsson scored the second goal, so another 2-0 down. Looking at that game thinking, like, this Bournemouth, wow, I've got to give them credit though. To beat Arsenal, granted it was 10 men, but still, they beat Arsenal. And then to beat Man City, wow, what? They're cooking something over there. I'm telling you now, they're doing something special. But yeah, 2, and then obviously Guardiola, their second striker, has got the consolation goal. Didn't make a difference in the end. Bournemouth still won. And Man City really do look like a shell of themselves. Yes, Rodri is injured, big loss. Also, De Bruyne is injured. That's also a massive loss. So they have got problems when it comes to injuries. So I'm not going to take that away from them. But Man City always usually find a way. They've always had big teams down. They've had big players down. They've always had De Bruyne. De Bruyne usually misses most of seasons. Anyways, I think Rodri was the biggest loss. But they just look like, I don't think that they're going to be in this tight. You know what it is with Man City? They always get to the point where, yeah, we always doubt them and think they're not going to be it. But then January hits and they get a run of 15 games or 14 games or 10 games. They've always got it in them. But this year, I don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it the way of normally. Like, they do look like they're missing so much in that team. They're going to still win games. That's undeniable. Man City always going to still win games. But they look vulnerable to results like this. They look vulnerable to more results like this. So Liverpool are playing them soon, so we're going to have to see how that one pans out. But they do look very vulnerable in situations of, if a team comes at them, they're going to concede chances, which usually you don't expect that from Man City. Usually Man City will have all of the ball, and then if the team gets lucky, they'll get a good breakaway and they get 1 goal or 2. But where it is now, it's Man City are conceding quite a lot of chances. Ederson's keeping them in the game, but more often than not, they're going to probably score these like today. Premier League is such a high talented league. You're always going to get players that are going to be able to put the ball in the back of the net, and as shown today by Bournemouth doing that to them. Like, Semenyo had a fantastic game. Semenyo ran ragged over Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is it because of the injuries he's had? Is it? But he's getting old. He's been for the past year, I'd say, from the end of last year to the Euros to now, I'm not gonna lie, he's looking a bit old. He's looking a bit slow. He's not keeping up with the pace of the game, and yeah, it just doesn't look like it's the performance from Man City. It doesn't look like the great performances from Kyle Walker. So we'll have to see how that is, because they've got Rico Lewis, because Guardiola's on the other side, but they've not invested well on their back line, I don't think. They've got a lot of makeshift players, like Ake could play on either side and stuff like that, but Kyle Walker's always been the guy on the right. And is it time for Pep Guardiola to just say, you know what, bench him and just play the game without him? Like Carragher says, Kyle Walker, leave football before the football leaves you. And it might be time. It might be time for him to make that transfer abroad. I think he should have gone to Bayern when he had the chance. But now it's just one of them things. Now he's here. He's going to fight for it. We'll have to see how that turns out. But Man City do not look like the team that we expect from them. And you know what? I'm never going to rule them out of the title race, because they're always going to be there. They're always going to have this thing about them where Pep Guardiola is going to find a system, find a rhythm in them, and come January, they probably will still go on a 10-game run, and they probably will still end up winning the league, as they do year in, year out. They're on 5 on the bounce, so what can we say? We can't really. We've got enough evidence to go on that they can do it regardless. So Pep Guardiola will find a way, but I think everybody else just needs to capitalize right now before they do find that run. And then the other kickoff was Liverpool versus Brighton. And I think that was a very tough fixture. I think the game didn't. You know what it is, yeah? The way the game started off, it was just. Brighton was, I'm not going to lie, they were all over us. They played fantastic. They did not let us play out from the back. They pressed very high. They stopped us from breaking through the lines. And that's when they got their first goal. I think it was on the 14th minute. Kadioglu got his first goal. Fantastic finish. I'm not going to say anything about that. It was not Kelleher's fault. Nobody's fault. It was a great finish, great play from them. They deserved to be winning the first half. It was just one of them things where we could not get a hold. We could not get a grip of the game. Couldn't do it. And then as the game, so the first half, I think they had a 1-on-1 as well, where we stopped that. So Kelleher blocked that save, got a save on that, and that's it. So that goal didn't go. That could have changed the game completely. If that goal went in, it would have changed the game completely. But what I like about Arne Slot is, second half comes, he realised straight away what's going wrong, what's not working, and made changes. This is the difference, what I like about him. Klopp sometimes waits a bit too long before being ruthless and taking players out and seeing where the faults are. No disrespect to Klopp. Klopp's been one of the greatest managers of all time for Liverpool, so I'm never going to disrespect in any sort of way. But the way Slot just analyses the game and realises what needs to change for the game to improve the game, to get the game back up to grips. Looking at the substitutions we made, we realised we was lacking legs, and I think Arne Slot said that in his press conference. It weren't about a tactical change. It was just about we weren't running enough. We was lacking legs in the midfield. So he took off McAllister, brought on Curtis Jones, and he took off, Szoboszlai, and brought in Luis Diaz, both on the 66th minute. Before you know it, 69 minutes, Gakpo scores. So instant impact, instant change. We got a goal. I guess, yeah, the goal was lucky in terms of it was a cross. Gakpo admitted it was a cross, but it still went in regardless. 2 minutes later, the two substitutions combined for a break. Luis Diaz and Curtis Jones, Curtis Jones assisted Mo Salah, and wow, what a goal! What a guy to be the one to carry Liverpool, because he is carrying us. I won't say he's carrying us on his back, but he's the main focal point for us in goals. He's assisting, he's scoring. What a season he's having so far. The Egyptian king is just doing it all on his own right now. He looks like he's hungry for this title. And I think it's his last season. I think this is the season where we may not renew his contract, and where he's becoming to understand that. But what I like about him, he never complains. He just shows it on the pitch. No messing about, goal after goal, assist after assist. He is the big game player. And Mo Salah, you know what? Legend of the club always. He's one of the, to me, top 5 all-time legends of Liverpool. Because what he's done, like I've seen a stat of 132 goal contributions in 132 Anfield games. That is ridiculous. He's not far from I think he's in the top 8 of all-time goal scorers in the Premier League. There's levels to this when it comes to Mo Salah. Absolute levels. And when it came to the difference I seen in the Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal game is, when we needed a goal, when we needed a result, we had players to bring off the bench to change that. We had Luis Diaz to come on. We had Curtis Jones to come on to change the game. Whereas City and Arsenal didn't have that. Arsenal's bringing on man like Zinchenko and Jorginho to make changes. Man City, they brought on Rico Lewis and Doku. I give it Doku. Doku's a good player, but his final outcome is non-existent at this moment in time. He is more of a player less to break a low block team than on the counter kind of player. His final pass is not great. So that's, I think, where the season's going to be won or lost of game-changing players to bring off the bench. And Liverpool have them in abundance. Liverpool, we've still got Jota to come back. We're playing right now, no Jota, no Alisson, but it's not looking like it's making much of a difference. We're still winning. So this is going to be a long season. I'm not saying we're going to definitely win it, but I'm saying where I'm going to say it with chest. Like Mo Salah came out and said, we're top and this is where the club deserves to be. Yes, we're top and this is exactly where we deserve to be. And we're going to go all the way. If we win it, fantastic. But it's Slot's first season, so it's a long season, a long grind. We'll have to see how he handles the pressure when it comes to the February, March and April. We'll have to see. We don't know. So we'll have to see. But with the players that we've got, the Van Dijks, the Trent, the Mo Salah, the Alisson, we've got leaders in that team who've been there, won it already. Can't say the same for everyone else. Like looking at, and then everyone has the cheek. Arsenal fans have the cheek to say, "Oh, Liverpool haven't played anybody. Liverpool still haven't been tested. They've had an easy run in the top 10. We've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Played half of the top 10. So we've played teams. Nottingham Forest is the only loss we had. They're third. It's not like we've lost to Bournemouth, like other teams in this league. We beat Bournemouth. So we'll have to see. It's going to be a long season. We'll have to see how it goes. But having the cheek to say we haven't been playing anyone. Let's put it this way. We're in a scenario where let's say we're all not playing great, but we're 7 points above Arsenal and we are 2 points above City. I think there's still better to come from Liverpool. I think there's still more for us to learn about Slot's system. But at this moment in time, we're top of the league. We're top, and there's no signs of us saying that we're going to get worse because people are saying, "Oh, we don't know how they're going to future results." We don't know how future results are going to end up of many teams. Nobody expected Man City to lose against Bournemouth, and who expected Arsenal to lose against Newcastle? We don't. But then we could expect there's going to be more of them, and probably Liverpool are going to drop points. But I think we're going to gain a lot more than we drop. So it's a long season. We'll have to see. But right now, appreciate the fact Liverpool are top of the league, and we're staying there. Well, that's the end of the video, people. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you can, like and subscribe onto the channel. Leave us a comment if you want me to discuss any certain topics you want me to go through. Also, make sure you follow the Instagram pages at Club Rivals on Instagram, and also click on that notification bell, and it will notify you next time we post.